Hello, Pullovers, welcome back to Shile. On today's episode, we are in Ibra Ssejjemba versus Mukisa on a rest of 7 match. Đấy là sự việc mấy cái đó thì xem mấy cái mấy cái đó sao đây là sẽ đi xem vậy that's what I do wrong yeah I know that's not but not yeah but nói gì vậy? Chắc chắn không biết được. Vô ra là cái bao nhiêu triệu cái gì mà ra sợ and we repeated can last, if not last much, that I'm assuming in the first round of this 32-man competition that is at Laban's Arena, Namnanda Trading Center in Uganda. And Tibarod Ibrahim Ssejjemba, the Kia, is leading by 1 French on the body of making 2 against Herbert Mukisa. The race is 7. The race is still young, between 2 players, one of whom idolized another when they are starting to play the game, that is Herbert. And yet now, 32-man comp that was organized, actually 48 double play comp that was organized at the venue that he runs, that is the Ultimate Killer, and 23rd of December. He then came third in the end of year competition of the Pro Station of Uganda. Not so bad, but not so good by a player of his level. Herbert has been the kid sensation of Africa for the year that was 2025, but he finished the year relatively poor and has in Nigeria. As for Ibra, he has come here on self-sponsorship, organized at the Ultimate Arena in Kampala. In that one, he beat who in the final? Caesar Mukono. It's actually 3 comps that he won last year. Now after participating in about maybe a minimum of 23, is quite poor. He's supposed to be a top level player, not just in the country of Uganda, but also on the entire African continent. He took himself in absentia. Into 8 was it at one time, Dog City leading by 6 frames to 1. Ibra putting 3 frames in a row, and then Dog City finally finishing him. But in this strong match, it is Ibra that is starting off the much stronger of the two, utilizing his experience and the composure to win the first maybe 2 questions. Actually 2, maybe 3. Around the black, it's at the base Herbert yellow. It's what he's doing. Instead goes for the bank and finds the bank and wins the what strings. Half the same. Coming. Ibrahim Ssejjemba leads by 3 frames to 0 against Herbert Mukisa. Biggest match so far that Herbert choosing instead to stay behind to prepare for the Ugandan nationals, in which he simply came short. Then, just after coming 4th at the MTN Arena in the comp that was won by Caesar, in the next 2 hours was on the flight to Harare to participate in the Patriot Sport Tournament in which he came short. A few good results there in the victory over Victor Ssejjemba by decider 9 frames to 8, but most importantly, the 9 frames to 3 thumping of Stanford Bevan Ginter, the guy that had defeated him 4 times in a row. Ibra getting the better of Ginter finally in the PPT. Ibra's second life was ended by his friend and international as well as club teammate Joseph Kasozi and Big Lee by 9 frames to 1. That match represents the second biggest beating that he has gotten in his career. The other, an 11-1 defeat that was inflicted upon him by Hazard in the Dar es Salaam Creme de la Prima annual competition that was played early last year. In this match, Herbert seems to be on the verge of winning a +2. Actual score, it is Dog City who won 6 and Rashida 5. Factor in the +2, it is Rashida who won by 7 frames to 6. This one has no head stats. Just a full race to 7th place in the round of last 16. It is Herbert winning a first for himself. Black to the side pocket left. We'll give him a first for himself, for Big Cows, for Landmark. It is Herbert 1 and Ibra. Hazard, Ian Kaziwe, Paulo Kalima are in the mix as well. The computer Ssejjemba at Billiards Cafe a little under 2 months ago. That was a real performance. He came a little short in the decider in one of the matches that became the talking points of the last edition of Billiards Cafe competition in Lusaka. Justin Chisanga, thank you for watching. Katerega, thank you for watching. Ibra Augustine say Herbert can't balance Paul with score. No. When, for instance, in Uganda it is holiday time. The school system happens from February to May for the first time, then June to September for the second time, then next September to early December complements the other. So then he's called the Great. He likes calling himself Herbert the Great. Maybe he idolizes himself being a great player. The other account nowadays watching from Lagos in Nigeria. Ibra with the Roxbury. There is space between chop and yellow for Ibra to pass his red, which he has, and frame must be as good as gone. Red to the center pocket, black to the corner pocket bottom of the screen should be the pattern, just like that. Straight line between white, black, and corner pocket. Even with his eyes closed, this one, Ibra will always sport, and now he leads by 4 frames. In and out of homes like this, he leads these competitions. Some of us who like their competition love to see him at his best. Nowadays, elated because renowned for his attacking prowess. He's quite scary if his game is on. When his playing pattern is off, because his game is attack and attack and attack, he can mean to be some kind of joke. But he's a young man. But I'm not so certain that I should even be calling him a man, just turned 14. From the ghettos of Niger, near Kampala in Uganda. The players seem to have agreed to a foul. I'm even being tempted at least in the YouTube stream to play it a little backwards to see whether foul it was or not. Alan Charlon asking if ASCO has a sponsor. Yes, he's under Big House. He's also supported by Hagirwero, a coffee dealer. International competition that was won by Eshka. Yes, my opinion that Herbert was the second winner after Eshka, after winning the sponsorship package from the sponsor and director of Timbuktu, that is the Honorable Postasredi. We call him Mashimo. It means honorable in Swahili. To take care of Herbert's school bills. Indeed, I've already made God rewarding man in himself as well. Still in his mid-20s, and if he has been around for so long a time, you can even think he's in his 30s. He's been there, done it, allowed it all, won it all, and lost that player has been to lose. With a career that can mean to be a very, very big inspiration every time he gets things right. Because he's too young to live the life that he's living. This is the other side of Herbert. This is the shot he's trying to play. Backspin, off cushion. Okay, he got what he wanted, but there was luck in there. On another day, black would easily have been sunk to the center pocket. Instead, it was played into the jaw and into Herbert's advantage, and yet he misses the black big speed. But of late, has well had that exact kind of It's 4 yellows for the killer, and then the black that is importing it. That is a total snooker. It is a different thing altogether. Of one decisions misses the black, that will be the foul. That will be Ibra perhaps almost certain of winning a fifth. The fish shot couldn't have been played any better. The rest is just a formality. Herbert conceives Ibra. Again, another top player and another player, but very young. Jackson Asiku taking on Joseph Kasozi, coming next to this platform that you're watching, this one. The same platform that you're watching the young star. Herbert being conditioned to needing to win 6 frames while his opponent needs 2. Bigly unlikely. It's just that in sport you can never say never. Otherwise, but I don't know him so much for making comebacks. Most of the times, if he's to win, he takes the lead and makes it insurmountable. Really suffering with form against an opponent who wants, for those that are watching from Uganda, you will need that cheap weekend bundle on both network providers. That bundle really made that data effective. Sorry, affordable, most especially for the weekends. Not like Zoom data. Econet can very easily be the most costly data in the world. 1.5 gig for $4. That is madness. Actually, it was 1 gig. Now, if Herbert rolls yellow right against the cushion, keyboard will be natural for another yellow. A frame should be finishing. Play the letter into the black to his advantage. Like he will be putting 1 back. Surely he will. This one even fancies some Greek and port. If he trains hard, Herbert. Here we are with a dry break from the killer. It has to be very wary. Well, Ibra now is an overwhelming favorite to win the match, not only because of his ability, but because as well of the current score. Going to another porting, but playing another dead. Lack of game reading from the kid, who has, I want to say, a lot of years still to play and compete and represent. When, and I'm saying when, as Yahaina Pindi and a young Alfred Ebong Chandiga, family with Caesar. A host of South Africans, very many the others, most especially from the Williams family. Ryan, Ethan now is of age. You saw him in the money match against Caesar. He's not from the Ryan's family, don't get me wrong, but he was a kid just a few years ago. Nowadays, I think he's 18 or something. And already a mature shooter. Taufik Mari, the South African, amongst others. Frame number 8 seems to be going the way of the kid. 2 yellows, the respective side pockets left and right. This one simple roll, cue ball moving a little rightwards. Almost played the red dig into the black, but leaves black in space. And also certain direct backspin gives him natural angle for him to put black to the corner pocket stop. He may need maybe, because of the position between white and yellow, kind of cutting it, needs something a little bit special. And the special it is. Not sure without also he's getting a round of applause from the fans. She wins a second frame in a row, a third overall out of 8. Local player called Arafat is drawing 5-all against the computer. I didn't see that coming. On 3 tables, 3 races to 7. This competition should be done by maybe 11 p.m. tonight, maybe midnight. Oh yeah, Herbert has 4 of his yellows, making it almost impossible for Herbert to make one there is a... There he is. Herbert must now be knowing it, that if he's doing this much, he'll have the big ask of winning 4 frames in a row. Backspin and the big one because there's cut between red and white, which he does perfect. Now needing to put red to the corner pocket to have right spin on the key ball. He's going for left spin and avoids the yellows. Just that he lets the key ball further against the cushion. Sometimes this kind of bridge affects even 2 players. For this time though, the killer is comfortable and takes repeating. The camera passes the light on the keyboard as well as the source of light, which is the sun, the natural source. It is facing into the camera. That's why you see flash. James and Gibson, you want to thank me for my trade. Started off as just a need not to let the game be affected by the COVID breakdown. I was streaming before 2020, but extensive streaming started in 2020. On the Facebook page that was Peter Chobe Live, hacked it was. Then I opened Peter Chobe Live poll. That one was the series for poll, for African poll. And the entire continent, I'm not just what it is. But for Herbert, it is what it is. That he's not even close to how good he was playing, especially mid last year. Ibra could get himself snookered. That one will go down as poor. Shooting by Ibra. He should have intended to play the cue ball perhaps into the yellow. Don't let this kid back. He's playing off the cushions. At least he doesn't foul, but because he's supposed to be a top class player, and first errors like that are not supposed to be expected. Yes, sometimes the commentator critiques the players. I like it when they go back to these videos and watch them and rectify such errors. It is Herbert seemingly stealing frame number 10 against Ibra. Sometimes these matches, by the way, have turning points. That one can't be a turning point. When someone comes so close to winning, fails to win a frame, and then finds themselves lose frame after frame after frame. Herbert, he must make sure that he puts, because Kibra naturally moves towards the top end of the table where Ibra's red is potted with ease. He misses the ball and perhaps is on the verge of missing the frame. Another point to predict for a shot like that one, if you are not sure that you will pot, just play not to pot. If you go for the frame, if you go for the pot, make absolutely sure. Again, Ibra is not absolutely sure. Again, he loses his cue ball. Again, he has to find black only off the cushion. And again, he misses the pot. Again, he almost fouled. Again, a chance for Herbert. In the frame that has been played at the poorest level of them all, the first 10 that they have been in the match, called the one by the kid, cue ball perhaps, now into the left cushion and in space. Is one of the most able players in terms of shooting a ball on target and the long range. He was never ever going to miss that. Herbert seems not to be happy with his break. Herbert goes to reds. He misses it. Really big. Goes on. We'll also be updating you that Herbert is missing. The guys are not shooting well whatsoever. Each one of them only successfully putting the other up against pressure. Now again, Ibra falls. After playing so well in the first 30 minutes, she's not playing any well now, Ibra. For Herbert, yet another chance. Is Ibra's turning position with his cue ball held still, that is even affecting your view. But at least you are watching the game, I won't disturb him. But it is Herbert with every chance of winning the ongoing frame. He must repeat pretty much the same shot, port red to the corner pocket to put the spin, have the cue ball bounce off the cushions, round the two other reds. Off to cushions. I think it's okay. Just that cue ball is further against the cushion. The same situation Ibra was faced with in one frame. They need a good bridge. He puts with the top spin. The rest is a formality. Herbert, Mukisa, fight. Something I'm really not understanding on the comments from the Facebook stream. A few of you saying you're not seeing the play of the video. I am watching on another gadget on the Facebook stream, and there's not just a display but also a very beautiful display. I have a feeling it's on your side. It's on Ibra's side as well, that Herbert is still playing in this game. It's risky. Arafat has been defeated by the 7 frames to 6. That one is so far the must. As for this match, Ronnie Chevine awaits the winner. Of Ada, if he does beat the strippers this year of Ada, Mark Mochiwe or Bwanika Mansour in the quarterfinals, but wait also the fact that Ibra beat the lead at one time by 5 frames to 1. Since then he has only won 1 out of that. Both players have not been playing well enough. That shot has been played well enough now. Clearly looking so far like the district of the match, that one. From one of the most talented wonder kids on the African continent, and is winning the frame. He's equalizing in the match, making it realistic that he could come back against Ibra, win 5 frames in a round, win the match. I can't believe my eyes that in the last 20 first and second frames, Herbert winning the third, Ibra winning the next 3, making it 5 frames to 1, making it almost impossible. Ibra, if he can perfect 1 pattern, 1 clearance, 1 ready apple, he will be back into the round. Must pot as the frame that is needing to take out all the quality, all the experience with which he has been one of the best players of just in the country or region, but also the entire continent for about 5 of the last 7 years. Of course, that does exclude the last year, maybe the last 2, where he has been a shadow of his former self. Now having accurate right put red to the side pocket left. It has to be a very simple roll. Maybe spin the keyboard backwards off the cushion and back into space for him to get accurate right for black. The rest is a formality. Herbert concedes. Ibra wins the most hard-fought match of the competition between 2 players who are not even in the same generation.